Привет зрителям моего канала, подписчикам, а также новоприбывшим. И наши традиционные пятничные посиделки мы перенесли на пятницу этой длинной недели. Да, я ломал голову над тем, что запустить сегодня, и не нашел ничего лучше, кроме как продолжить диско Elysium. Ну, вот такие дела. К сожалению, железный стрим я так и не успел подготовиться ввиду семейно-рабочих обстоятельств. Ну, просто некогда взяться за видеокарты, перебрать их и уже, наконец, организовать тот самый стрим обзор с рейтингом. Однако, Морфей, привет, рад видеть. И да, Сибмастеру тоже привет. Я там в чатике вроде писал. Да, мне пришли еще две интересные видеокарты из Китая, которые будут использованы в стримах по вангерам. Да, это видеокарты для старых железяк, но довольно интересные. И на этом конец спойлера. Ладно, давайте запускаться. Кстати, возможно, трансляция идет с задержкой. Да, YouTube тупит. Подозреваю, что так оно и есть. Сильно большая задержка. Новые страдальные карты для страдальной игры. Ну, типа того. О, Сибмастер зашел с Твича, вижу. Морфей, напиши, пожалуйста, YouTube сильно тупит. Висит, я знаю, у меня бродкастер не хотел отдавать трансляцию. Я сейчас чисто на YouTube немножко VPN перебросил. И вроде как он запустился. Однако пишет задержка около 8 секунд. А что по Твичу, Сибмастер? Кстати, Морфей, если хочешь, можешь перейти на Twitch, если есть такая возможность. Загрузка с птичкой. Ну, это я вижу. Это я знаю. Сейчас мы уже видим заставку игры. Вот. Так, секундочку, я сейчас посмотрю, что там скажет. Да. Хотя на YouTube задержка вроде тоже пропала. Вроде ютубовский VPN как будто пропустил, проглотил эту. Ну понятно, Морфей. Ты так фоном будешь. Ну, приятно, что не забываешь, приятно, что посетил. Всем привет от кнопки. Заглянула посмотреть. Можешь сказать, дочь, но тебя навряд ли услышат.
Всем привет.
Потому что у нас тут на ютубе задержка. Ну, может, с Твича кто услышит. Так. К ютубу присоединился еще человек. Ну ладно, ладно. Это лирика. Будем посмотреть, что как пойдет. Вижу, на ютубе небольшая задержка все равно имеет место. Ну, давайте возвращаться в Ревашоль уже, наконец. Работает, но тупит, постепенно уходит в никуда. Блин, надо найти способ транслировать. Twitch мне на самом деле не очень-то нравится. В плане организации трансляции. Он, как по мне, перегружен инструментарием. На YouTube все сильно проще. Ага, мне с кем нужно подвести итоги. Морфей еще и танкист. Так а он уже не первый раз параллельно со стримом катает танки. Пошли зайдем. Используйте главный вход. А чё в смысле? Ну пошли осмотрим еще здесь.
Welcome to Rivachol.
С ним мы, по-моему, еще не разговаривали.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now. Plenty of time later.
Действительно, а что не так с напарником?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Так, я, пожалуй, пока что промолчу.
It's men
Понаблюдаю.
like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Какие же они страшные. 42к боев! Нифига, Морфей! Красава! Так, я не буду принимать чью-то сторону. Я, пожалуй, вот так.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
Не, ну по большому счету ведь действительно он ничего такого не сказал. Он просто посмотрел на Кима. И все.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
Некоторые хотят видеть во всех расистов. Как поймать качество стрима? Хотел бы я знать, Морфей. Хотел бы я знать. В прошлый раз вот в подобной же конфигурации вроде нормально посидели. Ну, поначалу тоже тормозило, пока я общий VPN не сбросил. На трансляцию вроде нормально.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Ну
would
ладно,
advise you to
уел,
remember that.
уел.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Ха-ха-ха. Так. Ну, давайте разбираться. Как бы поддержать Кима? Как бы нам поддержать Кима? Опять же в нейтралитет уйти? Ну хотя вот первый вариант, он как бы, я так понимаю, должен именно поддержать лейтенанта, но звучит он, ну, совсем не поддерживающий, а так вот, как-то типа, ну чё ты, ну все ж нормально. Вот как раз первый больше звучит так, как, я так понимаю, преподнесли третий. Засада. Зная глубину этой игры, возможно, тут оно так, блин, и есть. Ну давайте, не знаю, попробуем.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
А, ну вот так вот, то есть. Ну вот тут
The
да, уже,
lieutenant
допустим.
exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes.
Белая астра.
Astra Whites.
Кто знает, тот поймет. А я знаю, да. Самое эпичное за баранкой АТС, ЕТС, Skyrim, Симсы, Сталкер. Кстати, Морфей, вот для тебя конкретно спойлер. Раз уж ты заглянул, у нас ожидается поиск самой-самой медленной видеокарты, которая на приемлемом уровне потянет Skyrim, да. Карты я уже набрал, надо их обслужить, просто вот не укладываюсь. Так что следи за анонсами. Самые эпичные герои 3. Ну, блин, это вообще классика, тут не поспоришь. Так. Подстебать его с кружкой, действительно. Не просто ж так я ее достал оттуда. Да.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Ладно. Пожалуй, удалось разрядить обстановку. Эй! А чё в смысле 0 очков опыта? Вы чё, офигели?
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Аникей, привет! Рад видеть. Так. Ну давайте сразу к опросу перейдем.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Да, мы, в принципе, игру-то только начали. Там немножко технических моментов улаживали. А, Аникей, у тебя как YouTube работает? Сибмастер, Морфей, говорят, заикаются. А вот, кажется, и кнопочка с маминого аккаунта зашла. Ну, попробуем допросить про груз. Яблоки. Ну, ладно.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Хм. С VPN хорошо? А, ну вот так вот. Потому что я трансляцию тоже через VPN веду. По YouTube именно. Twitch вроде как будто нормально работает. А, это прям сама
Yeah,
мама.
Apples,
Понятно.
I take it you had other questions? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
Ну вот сейчас он подчеркивает, что у него есть
Not
что-то
the
российское.
most popular
Допустим.
topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Not sheep, ostriches.
Hmm.
Actually, neither ostriches or sheep bury their heads in the sand. It's just a saying.
Ой, извиняюсь, ребят. Просто у нас погода переходная, слишком увлажненный воздух, я начинаю захлебываться. Задыхаться, захлебываться. Так, ну вот, пожалуй, просто расистом обзывать его не стоит. Мы можем... Ладно, вот так попробую я его уесть.
Whatever. Go back to your college class, Bino.
Ладно.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept
А,
it.
вот так вот, то есть, имеешь в виду.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
А вот так. Попробуем, пусть он... Выскажем ему, пожалуй. И вот так.
Don't push your luck, Runt.
Хотя, может, стоило... Ну, блин, опять же, Ким. О, тут что-то происходит.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to
А у
fuck
нас
with
тут
us?
стачка.
Beat the honest worker down.
Так, ребят, буквально на секунду отойду и вернусь. Не теряйте. Так, я снова с вами. А что у нас трансляция-то идет? Да елки-палки. Непонятно. А, трансляция идет, все хорошо. То у меня YouTube опять ерунду показал. Ладно, продолжаем. Так. Действительно, с какой стати?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Так, что-то я не понял. Люди в форме вечно препятствуют, у кого есть правое дело. Нет?
Good.
Все.
Fighting for a
Немножко
cause.
нить беседы утерял.
Right to work! Right to work!
Ну, работайте, ну
Besides,
чё.
we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Ну, давай-ка мы его допросим.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Вот так, да?
We were promised work.
Что
We'd
добиваются?
be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it
Что-то мы
open.
вообще в сторону
Try to get
ушли.
in
Мы
through the secretary's
не
office.
расследуем.
Doors locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel.
Того чувака на дереве. Разговариваем вот с этим. Мгм.
And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Чего?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're
Вот
workers,
так.
not fighters.
Действительно, а если
Like
поговорить?
civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
Ну так-то да. Тут я с Кимом прав. В отличие от прошлого нашего захода.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks don't want work, they ought to let indulge.
Кто
I
хочет
have a
работать? Ну да.
question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were.
Given a job to do!
А давайте,
Have fun.
да, мы же по идее
Union
тоже
ships are on
пытаемся.
full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
Скажем прямо.
I know nothing about a murder.
Вот так вот, да? Ну ладно. Пожалуй, все-таки лучше со
Wouldn't
всеми
put it past
издалека
these
заходить.
harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Так. Нет, пожалуй, подкрепление вызывать сюда точно не буду, потому что, ну, это не совсем правильно будет поступить вот так. С другой стороны, всей обстановки вот этой я тут не знаю. И как бы я сюда направлен был для другого. Хотя хрен его знает, для чего был направлен я, но кем-то отправлен был сюда для другого. Поэтому... Вот так.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Вот-вот-вот, да, правильно.
Pity.
Мы пока
Let
воздержимся.
us work!
Ладно, пошли. Опа, бочка. О, спиртное. Ладно, тут мы можем говорить только с ним, с другими мы не разговариваем. А вот что там у нас? А, ну да, карты у меня тупо нету. Так, Ким, пойдем-ка мы с тобой в бар. Пиксельную онлайн-игрушку играл с сюжеткой. Расскажи, будет интересно. Прикольно только одному. Она, поди, еще и коопная. Очко навыков. Ну-ка. Неплохо. Во что вложиться? Так, стоп. Эмпатия, эмпатия. Ага, фиолетовая. Мне много в психику надо. Ну, пусть будет так. Все равно случайный навык взяли. Так, пошли, Ким. Warspire онлайн. Ну, слушай, я не слышал про такое. Пацан все кидает тут камнями. О. Так, ладно, туда мы не пройдем. Так, попробуем вокруг. Ой.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Bruder. Evening falls. The time is... The vows are blurred and flesh. Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and fascism, brota. Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut
Интересная
tell you is the
тематика
source
началась,
of
да.
Revachel's problems?
Кто главная проблема Ревашоля? Кстати, да.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Иностранцев, финансист, левый академик.
Yes, them.
О,
But also
надо же.
women.
Женщин.
Men of war. You don't
А,
like them. They're
женщин.
insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
То есть вот так.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing, stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth. Because you've said the hard things that others won't say, the good things, you've said them many times. Okay, yes, let's
Да.
call it that. Good thinking.
Пусть лучше традиционализм.
That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that. You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, brota.
Ага. То есть он меня склоняет все-таки в расизм, в расовую теорию, да? Нет.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
И нафиг вас. О, а тем временем мы дошли сюда. Ну ладно. Я хочу зайти. Где вход-то я потерял? А, вот вход, елки. Я, кстати, тоже много игр только на мобильнике проходил. Таких, которые кроссплатформенные и, ну скажем, из разряда говорилок. Типа визуальных новелл,
Yes.
что ли. Не, пока ничего. Итоги мы подводить не будем. Стоп. Фух, ну понеслась. А что, мы петь не будем? Я хотел со сцены выступить. Валькин дед на мобиле. Слушай, надо попробовать. Я все мимо нее ходил. Надо, пожалуй, попробовать. Тут он народ собрался. Давайте еще раз с барменом, что ли, поговорим.
Can I help you?
Угу.
God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Вот так вот, да? Ладно. Да-да-да, Никей. В порядке бреда, конечно, попробуем.
Life doesn't have a back button. Now get off your ass and speak the truth about Sylvie, the whore.
Wonderful.
It is.
Ким
It's
молчал, блин.
wonderful.
Не скрывая прелестей.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel.
Ну вот
God,
так.
does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me?
Чувак вообще это не теряет оптимизма,
What
я
else
смотрю.
do you need?
Во-во-во. Вот
The
так.
man leans his hands on the counter and sighs. His head
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with the broken wing. On the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
or you broke the bird.
Мгм.
It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Ну, или может я ее сломал. Третий вариант, конечно, да. Однозначно. Да, пусть будет третий.
Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride until like 30. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest.
Да, слушай, Аники, нормально он это воспринял.
Now let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment. On my own.
Ну так вот.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love.
Мне тут это, пузырь подогнали. Минус к боевому духу. Да. Нет, я в руку это брать, пожалуй, не буду. Что ж. Что там по квестам? На балкон после 22. Ладно. А пойдем еще раз переговорим. Да беспамятства, второй раз. Да. И Киму давайте споем. Осмотримся еще раз здесь.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
В смысле, Ким, ты опять на меня косишься? Мы расследуем. Тихо.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Осуждаю, нет.
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juice. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Good. They'll make you stronger and better.
Да хватит тебе
You're too
это
old to
самое
be cool now.
соблазнять
But
меня.
fine cigarette. Plus,
Ну, против.
smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Вот так, да? То есть все равно. Хочу, не хочу, надо и курнуть. Фу. Так, пошли в номер. Эй, а чё в смысле? Нам надо в номер. Нас не хотят пускать в мой же номер. Я чё, зря его разбомбил?
Yes?
А, еще рано. Так, стоп. Да, собственно. Ну, хожу я с пакетом. Допросить мы больше все равно никого не можем, да? Тут исследовать больше нечего. Оп, тихо. Тут что-то есть. Ну да. Смысл был смотреть в эти заголовки? Да, елки. Где-то тут есть возможность исполнить песню. О,
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme. You clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, it comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century.
такое. А, в той игре 4 расы, 4 сюжетки и 20 героев.
The worker
То
is
есть
in
у
a
нее
deep
еще и
slumber.
реиграбельность есть. Ладно, разбудить пока не можем. Давайте еще раз с бабушкой поговорим.
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
Да.
Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Пожалуй, не будем
That's
интересоваться.
quite all right.
Захочет,
I'm used to
расскажет.
people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
Как соблазнительно выглядит 5-й пункт. Очень соблазнительно выглядит 5-й пункт. Ну ладно, может, не сволочь какая-нибудь.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? For the room, 60 real.
60 реалов. Да, поговорим о
Like
чем-нибудь другом?
what? I was really enjoying talking about the money.
Так, а что у меня, кстати, по деньгам-то? А нет у меня по деньгам ни черта. Зато у меня есть фонарик и фомка. Кружка. Ох, ну да. Одежда вся на мне. Да, вот, кстати, тоже интересует этот вопрос. Кому сдавать тару в пакете? Ну, мы еще на улице не со всеми переговорили. И тут должна появиться еще опция вот здесь. С микрофоном. Угу. Опа! Нормально. Я тут заначечку нашел. Дверь.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care?
The winch. Outside. In the backyard. Remember? No? Your fingers do.
Снаружи на крыше был подъемник, да.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose...
It's hardly
Да
a
в
side
смысле?
investigation. You already have a name for it.
Вот так.
If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this.
А, ну там,
half
да,
ruined.
все, куда я не смог попасть.
Whatever is behind it must be.
Пошли допросим управляющего. Угу. Он должен что-то знать. Ну, в смысле должен, он так знает. Что за дверь,
Can
чувак?
I help you?
Ладно.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service, CS Municipal.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those. Thank you anyway.
А, может,
Sylvie had the
сотрудники?
keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. I think
может, ты
fugue
забыл?
states are more your forte, officer.
Ну ладно, ладно, уел. Давай что-нибудь другом.
Yes. Another thing. Great. I love those.
А, вот он.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Так, мне кажется, тебе интересно.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Угу. То есть он ничего не скажет. Ладно.
Yes.
Допросить Куна. Может, он знает. Так, ну а у нас как раз время подошло с Кимушкой поговорить. Пошли на балкон. Там говорили про балкон. Ну что, Ким?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We should take care of that then. Let's
Так-то
talk
да.
to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
В смысле? Ты предлагаешь в долг поспать еще раз? Попробуй договориться с управляющим. Ладно. Посуду там помыть, да? За синюю дверь заглянуть.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
А, Ким собирается что сказать. Ладно, пусть Ким скажет.
I understand your predicament
Okay.
as the manager. However,
Угу.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Не, ладно, говорить он умеет.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
Ну что начали? -то нормально же общались, чувак.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it.
В смысле?
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component.
А,
They have
то
to be
есть вот
unlocked
так вот,
down
да?
here with a master
А,
key before
вот
your
почему я не мог
guest
попасть.
key will open the lock.
Ну нет, ломать дверь не будем.
Not until you bring me the money.
Да в смысле, чувак,
I
ты
might have
это...
something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
К мотокорить. Пойдем. Бабуль, это самое, неудобно
Hello again,
обращаться.
sweetie. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
А,
Try to force a tear out of your duct. Really rip into the whole emotional aggression thing.
ладно.
Officer, get a hold of yourself, please.
Да.
Sweetie, I'm sorry, but I think you need more help than I can give you.
You must be joking. Although our pay does.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everard, the union leader.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some...
Oh, no,
Ладушки.
I'm so sorry. I don't...
Так, Ким, ты говорил, что у тебя там в карете есть?
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. I'm a nighthawk. What can I say?
There's a little meanness in that smile.
Угу.
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
Попробуем.
Stop looking at her.
Отлично.
Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbor gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Угу.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble.
Ну,
Maybe you
допустим.
shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help. And he certainly won't help you.
Так, а ты что
You've been
знаешь?
resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes,
Вот, Ким
I'm tired.
прав.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Ну вот так, то есть, да? Новелизируешь. Привет, Вов. Я все еще в мультичате не могу твое имя прочитать. Надо... Вот почему-то он тебя синим обозначил, и все. И на фоне темно-серого это фиг как читабельно. Да не подготовился я по-нормальному к железному стриму, чтобы...
Inside, you see a
сделать.
set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Так,
I have
что-то
something here we
здесь
could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport
продать.
enclosure.
Кому продать?
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large or...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Да. Я думаю, это будет приемлемо, потому что, ну, правда, я вижу просто синее нечто на темно-сером фоне. Он просто светит неоном, но не выделяется буквами. Вот так. Блин, ну... Ким.
All right. Let's not take them now. Then come back once we realize we have to.
Sounds likely.
Ты прав, ты прав. Но, пожалуй, пока обойдем. Все остальное. Нам бутылки сдать еще надо. Вообще-то. Так, там мы не попадем. Таунтекс. Все. Поменялось. А сами фон себе наставить. Фон ОБС не меняется, вот в чем дело. Так, дерзкий пацан. Ну да. Симпатии пока все плохо. А вот так.
Pig, do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? Kuno's cruising his
Да ты
bitch on the
охренел.
town, and the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno. What is up with that?
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Вот так.
Fuck me? Please leave the rage you have for after we...
Nothing you can say
Да ладно
would
тебе,
make you
Ким.
feel any
Ну
better.
сорвался. Действительно, Ники, опять этот Куно.
Cop gives up the detective
Да
genre for
ёлки-палки.
social realism. Another police officer.
Стоп, где мы остановились? Ну-ка. Офигеть. Вот я не хотел. Ладно. Начнем с того же момента и... Быстро пролетим по всем этим вещам. Так, 21:08.
Hello
Да,
again,
да, Ники,
officer.
это был гейм-овер.
How are things? Well, Snow has nutrients.
Yes, think about the cute grandma. No, stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal. The books.
No, the kid did this, right? The redhead. Maybe you should.
You've been arrested.
Yes.
I understand.
Так, эти моменты я сейчас бегло пробегу.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do.
Так, очко навыков. Очко навыков я вбрасывал в авторитет. Так. теперь? Что-то здесь было. Вот с этим чуваком мы разговаривали.
Welcome.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now. Plenty.
Don't you welcome? Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. It's men like you who...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain.
Oh, come on.
I know exact, but you see...
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your...
You too make
The lieutenant exhales and resumes.
whatever you say.
He smells of heavy motor oils.
Мы у него
And
спросили
his
про кружку.
breath.
God, man. Thanks for that, but
He doesn't live in Martinez.
oh, not much
Так,
anymore.
ладно, с
I'm
яблоками.
here to pick up
С яблоками
some
мы
cargo,
тогда
but
это...
the dock workers
на
are on
расизм
strike,
ему
so, it's a
прямо
sit
указали
and wait
и
on your
это...
ass situation.
не выяснили, а надо попробовать.
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is exactly.
Look, as detective. I come from a... Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just...
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Oh, yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. Had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold someone with a cart. What did you think it was?
Так,
That's how deep into history. Not at all. We are part of a guild and everything, huh? Hell no. It's a guild. Trusting street thugs with their goods is...
Стоп.
yeah,
Ну-ка,
they're
еще
a big
спросим.
deal. Someone with a cart. What did you... Not at all. We're goddamn right. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck him right up the ass. Mark my word.
Ладно.
It's about... But not the most popular top...
Что-то
Not
узнали.
sheep, ostriches. Actually, neither ostriches or sheep bury their heads in the sand. It's just a...
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in... So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources. The problem?
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra
Так, ладно,
competition.
грубо.
That's why you
Пофиг.
don't push your luck, Runt.
Нет, мы точно не поддерживаем эту тему. Так что мы к этому же и вернулись. Угу. И... Я вот не знаю, сейчас смысл есть с тем рабочим разговаривать? От него мы ни черта такого не узнали интересного. Сюда вот мы не заходили. А, нет. Уже в одном из заходов мы здесь были. Радио.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Ха-ха-ха!
Your
Вот где
bottles
бутылки,
clunk into the
значит.
machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You're 100% sure you got special hobo cop money for that tear. At least 100% extra
Как
tear
бомжекопу.
money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the
Да,
endless cycle
да,
of
Никей.
consumption.
Автосохранение. то, что надо.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Да, хорошо, Морфей.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back, only slightly.
В смысле?
Bewilderment and repulsion. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Нашатырный спирт. А вот так.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know, really long. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know.
No need to worry.
Ну ладно.
It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If
Не,
you
ну
hear
так-то да, мы
anything,
тебя не
let us know,
обвиняем.
okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Да. Навряд ли она что-то здесь скажет, ну да?
She looks
Про
up
спирт
from
спросим.
her magazine.
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself. Reality?
Аптечный шкаф.
You mean, what
Okay.
reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom?
I don't know. What about it? We're in Frit? As mankind, or as a nation?
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola. You're welcome. I don't know. Look at the...
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock
Все стоят.
doesn't work.
Ну да, я... Кто после прочтения вот этой надписи обратил внимание вот сюда?
When ordinary people... Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Our government? Or do you mean something
Ладно,
cool?
действительно. Нормальная девчушка сидит, торгует. К ней претензий не
A
имею.
small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal Their logo is the bloodless rose. Pure.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Мне на шатырь. Чё за фигня? Еще и денег просят. Не, пока не надо. Ладно, учтем. Погнали бутылки искать. Так, туда не пойдем. Где-то здесь я что-то исследовал. Ну, или поговорим. О, еще одна карета. Иномарка в хорошем состоянии. Тихо.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Estache Raiko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the stars Raiko.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less.
Нормально.
Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Jim's community protested the trial.
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. I tried to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body, but my initial guess is the two are unrelated. 4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked eight.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full.
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that. Yes, detective? You sure you're not Jim's?
Ну вот, я рад, что тебе понравилось, Ким.
Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that river.
А, ну он про ту, про иномарку. Так, что тут, бутылки-то есть? С этим чуваком мы точно разговаривали. Здесь мы вроде не были еще. Гуманитарная помощь не предназначена для продажи.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small...
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the...
These are all boring. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool.
Abort. These are...
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes. It's
Отекшие
going to
глаза.
be very
Думаешь?
difficult for anyone to take you seriously.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Да, Ким, ты
Are
прав.
you sure?
Согласен.
But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
Рискнем. Отлично.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a seam... Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being...
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed, and a thumb.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Так, пока уйдем. наша тема. Ломбард. Вот куда, если что, можно сдать диски. Ну ладно, мы к ему... Опа! Перчатки без пальцев.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this
Панель
control
управления
panel.
шлюзом.
Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes.
О,
In the
пушнинка.
middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever, probably, you pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Починить в среду утром. Ну, учтем. Да, Ким? Что-то хотел?
We should think about calling it today, maybe. The night, you should take care of that then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the arts.
Эти к технике, эти к электрохимии. Но пока не критично. Закройте шлюз в среду. Пойдем дальше шариться. Здесь мы были, я помню. Да, бутылка появилась. Нам нужно опять дойти к управляющему и рассказать ему про зазнобу всей его жизни. Ну, то, чего он так не хочет услышать. Так, тут есть дверь. На яхте мы разговаривали. Причем я помню тот диалог. Мы прям так хорошо с ней переговорили. Да, про карусель. Именно про карусель. Пошли к управляющему. Так, нет, здесь мы ничего не... Тихо. Тут что-то интересное. Курильщик наверху мог быть свидетелем. Можно с ним поговорить. Нужно с ним поговорить. Хорошо. Так. На секундочку отойду, ребят, и вернусь. Так, я снова на связи. Ну что, пора проговорить с управляющим про карусели. Ну давайте с бабуленькой сначала о чем-нибудь.
Hello again, sweetie. Yes, dear.
Так, да.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the...
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that? Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do.
The theme on that pinball machine is clinging to a picture book version of the past century. It comes free with... The sentiment is called...
Где? Я что-то... Странно. Вот так, да? И тут мне электрохимия пытается
It's
обработать.
clear you
Нет
like the
стойкости.
hard stuff, Brota. Lower intestine, fascism, Brota. Many things, but it's mostly... Quit stalling, Bruta. Yes, then woman. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota. There's a slow... It is one of betrayal.
Вот так вот. Я не раб своего желудка. Так. Досмотрим здесь. Я знаю, что вот тут заначка была.
You see, a heavy steel, the cobalt blues, old cobalt. It leads to a side build. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care? Eccentric. But okay.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway.
Так, и нам надо попасть туда, значит. Ладно. С Куну мы пока не будем говорить. Мы проговорим про карусели.
Can I
Чувак.
help you? God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Так, ладно. Пройдусь по той же ветке. Вот
Life doesn't have a back button.
Wonderful.
It is. It's one...
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel. God, does it mean you...
What else do you need? He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner.
She broke the bird, you know. I should have known.
Or you broke the... Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope. And
Huh. Cock. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit.
And there we have it.
Отлично. Так, с коридором мы проговорили. Здесь все закончили. А что по ключам? От номера и от мусорного бака. Прям с бухлишком будем ходить. Чё бы и Чё бы и нет.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here, light reflects. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could.
Ну что, чат? Понесемся во все тяжкие? Что скажете? Сдержимся или откроем? Или сдержимся? Сохранись? Так она не сохраняется, в том-то и дело, блин. Подожди. А, нет, есть. F5, быстрое сохранение. Понял? Делаем. А чё ничего не происходит?
There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Nothing.
Спросим.
Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'd be strong as an ox.
Попробуем.
A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical and...
From the void we came, and to the void we must return. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette. The living shit. Who knows what you are? How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette. Or better yet, good. And when you're plus, smoking them gives...
Найти сигареты. Ну, сигареты можно найти у чувака, там, который на балконе, который потенциальный свидетель. С Куну мы пока разговаривать не будем. Куну идет нафиг.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? For the room, 60 real.
60 реалов. У меня пока только 13. Многовато.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me? What about what I have been through, huh? You're not that...
Literary demotion. That's the worst.
Good luck trying to use
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be not until you bring me the money.
Морфей вернулся.
Okay. I might
А мы, Морфей, тут бухлишко нашли. Осуждаем.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done
Так,
here.
ключ от мусорного бака я тебе пока не отдам, понял, чувак? А, стоп. Ну-ка. Где-то там было разговор про синюю дверь.
Another thing. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing... No, I don't have a... Or some boring...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But
Мы
my
только
job
начали,
doesn't leave
Морфей.
me time for wondering about one locked door. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole. Yes.
Эх. Ну давайте, предлагайте, ребят, будем продавать диски, которые у Кима хранятся в его кинеме. Или кинеме. Тут закрыто. Я пока попробую подняться наверх с целью допросить свидетеля. А фиг я туда доберусь. А нет, могу. Тут вон есть дверь.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against you. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Что насчет Warspire? Я подумаю, Морфей, как бы... У меня еще Дьябло не пройденное висит. У нас этот начатый Арканум. Ну, Арканум, ладно, мы давно не запускали. Возможно, придется просто заново начинать. Может быть, в рамках вот такой же пятничной посиделки запустим, посмотрим. Только надо его в Дискорде как-то обозначить, чтобы я точно не забыл.
Doesn't matter who I am. Now,
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across.
the police. Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No. I'll go check the backyard.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police of...
There is no reply. Just faint. A sturdy metal door guards. The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more the police. No. I already told you. Go check the
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
А, есть еще один вход. Ну, давайте посмотрим. А, у тебя тоже ЧП с Дискордом. Ну, Дискорд, да, сейчас у всех через VPN. То есть где-то здесь должна быть еще одна дверь. Вот эта дверь?
There must be another way into the building.
Это вот сейчас что такое было?
Hey, what's that noise down there?
Вы этот голос слышали так же, как и я? Он как будто прям в душу сказанул сейчас.
It's been a weekend now. They show up.
Скример, да-да-да, Никей. Че он так кричит? Я сам в шоке. Где-то с заднего двора должен быть вход. Ну ладно, со стороны яхты мы точно не войдем. Тут нам ловить нечего. Время 10:30, а я еще ничего не нашел. Так, мусорка! Так, а здесь проход возможен? Нет, это плотная застройка. Тихо. Тихо. Ага.
The trash container stands. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. Not much to see here anymore. Just you see, milk, you've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Можно просто пати собрать со зрителями, чтоб легче проходить было. Теоретически я не против, как бы у нас уже был опыт, но правда не на стриме. Мы вторую Диаблу играли с Сибмастером и с Доком. Кстати, давненько Док к нам не заглядывал.
A box falls into pieces in your... You see, you've done this before. No, searching for evidence in the trash. Good practice for... A box falls into pieces in your head. There's nothing more of interest in this sludge of pee. The container sounds a
Ну, то есть
muffled
больше здесь
gong.
мы ничего не узнаем. И, пожалуй, ключ мы можем отдать. Вот сюда вот ведет эта штука. А, и Аникей. Тьфу ты, последний раз же мы с Аникеем были. Да-да-да, я уже и забыл. О!
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old... Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last because there's a secret
Надо будет, я
door
думаю,
hidden
к Новому
behind the
году
panels of
еще
Eternite.
продолжить.
That's why they're too orderly.
Только зайти уже от лица Аникея, и поскольку он отстающий, ну, по крайней мере, на тот момент был, и квесты выполнять уже от него. Протащить до нашего уровня прохождения. Угу.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Бэм!
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Давайте проверим. Правда, что? Вау! Ага. Тут путь наверх. Ладно, пока наверх мы не будем подниматься. Исследуем дальше.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. There's a
Ким,
good vague
осуждаем.
way to
Точно не
ask where
будем.
he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Нет, точно нет.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
Лестница в углу. Ну да.
see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no?
Секретный порт, которым пользуется мальчишка. Возможно. Вон там бутыль какая-то. Деньги. Деньги, деньги, деньги. Нормально. Нам все еще не хватает, но мы продолжаем. Так, тряпка. Что за тряпка?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Фу.
Yes, it's probably yours.
Скорее всего,
There's
ваш.
the
Ну
RCM
да, ну
insignia,
да.
and you have. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 major stops. Whenever
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane
Нифига
towering
себе, тут
in
еще
the
сколько.
distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor, or it could be that we are just exploring.
Ладно, пока не сейчас. Можем ли мы что-то здесь узнать? А, вот мы и прошли туда. Ну-ка, 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 стой. Гарри. Лейтенант Дюбуа. Ага, туда мы не попадем. Ну ладно. И туда мы не попадем. Ну вот мы здесь. Что мы можем здесь сделать? Короче, мы здесь точно сохраним. Так ты вот же почти прошел туда, чувак. Вот, давно б так. Открытка. Нормально. А, то есть мы не отсюда прошли. Ладно. Но тем не менее мы прошли. Пошли попробуем плащ достать. Я готов рискнуть. Предмет, я так понимаю, то, что можно продать. Рискнем, пожалуй. Сохранюсь вот здесь и рискнем.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. Despair creeps into you.
Ну
Getting
да,
fat on
если не
your
успеваешь
weakness.
принять лекарство, то
You're
в
still
любом
coming up with
случае
sentences.
критует.
That's a step up from total annihilation.
Fuck me? Please leave the rage you have.
Nothing you can. Cop gives up the detective genre for.
Я думаю, знаете, как сделать? Я хочу достать этот плащ. Я определенно хочу достать этот плащ.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Ну, короче, тут не получилось, ладно. Надо заново запускать.
Nope, no. That's still too high.
Еще
What
раз.
were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. Despair creeps into you. Getting fat on your weakness. What? You're still coming up with sentences.
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of the...
Nothing you can... Cop gives up the...
Я должен достать этот плащ.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings.
Не
is still
получилось.
caught on the railing. Nope, no. That's still too high.
Так, а сколько нам надо выкинуть, чтобы его
Tarpaulin
достать?
cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
17% ни о чем. Тоже не получилось. Тоже не получилось.
Nope.
Мало. Мало. Так, ну давайте еще 3 попытки. Если не получится, пойдем дальше исследовать.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Так. Вот так.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Это Гарри Дюбуа, детка. Паркур!
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump. At least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor.
Всего 5 очков опыта, вы издеваетесь? Так, ну я получил очко навыка. Риторика, драма, концептуализация, логика. Во что мне вложиться? Во что мне вложиться? Самообладание, механизмы. Скорость реакции. Так. Вопрос, что мне еще может, в принципе, понадобиться? Самообладание. В моторике, то есть, думаешь, вложиться, да, Никей? А, слушай, точно, так и сделаем. Да. И, пожалуй, примерим плащик. Прям он такой, это... Прям что надо. Нормасный такой плащ. Угу. Отлично. Нам бы боевой дух качнуть. Ну чё, Ким, как я выгляжу? Да, ты ничего не скажешь. Ну ладно. Так, что тут за бочка? Для сбора дождевой воды. Ладно, плащик мы достали. Что за дверь? Однако. Тут у нас открытка. А, нет, книга.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friso. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your
В
attention.
смысле цветной картинки? Я просто бегло пробежался по тексту. Вы чё?
Closely set. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression. But, like the structures, only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture...
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the late... You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina... Whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that. It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling. Of course not. The article makes plain that, according to the SRV's Ministry of Information, this is the SRV we're talking about. If you think those are the real numbers, precisely, for too long, drink. This is all ass backwards. Drinking makes it easier to fight a bear. Plus, then you'll have a bottle to smash on its head. Easy peasy.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask? They're quite the spectacle, as I understand. I've heard on account of the blood, you see.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
А Никей, это, подскажи, что там, YouTube у нас не растормозился, все так же подзаикается? А, ну да, у тебя же, в принципе, нормально работал, что я торможу. Это Морфей может сказать, у него подтормаживал. Просто в прошлый раз у нас тоже какое-то время подвисал, потом раз и вроде растормозился. Да-да, я понял уже.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent. The main feature, though, is a long The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds. You think you're settling in. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000 word. Where to even start? So, all of it, basically. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb, there's no way those are real names.
Ну, а то бы.
Have you ever met anyone named
Чего им писать настоящие
Exodus?
имена?
Come on. They're plainly under capitalism. The article says every pursuit has its price. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real racers that you're really watching for. Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of... That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these...
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind? Well, there you have it. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a...
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of... Unsurprisingly,
Да,
much
листаем
of this
полностью,
section
пожалуй,
is taken
журнал.
up. You skim the headlines. Finally, there's a brief... Ah, this must be Gaston's handiwork.
Ну, пожалуй, вот так.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the force. You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Мир, дружба,
The table-
жвачка. Отлично. А с кружкой?
It's just a racist mug. But it will not happen. The mug talk is...
Ладно. Не хочешь, как хочешь. Кружка как кружка, чё бухтеть-то? Ящики заперты, ладно. Ну, кабинетик профсоюза. Дверь заперта. Картой ключом. Понятно. Тут мы ничего сейчас особо не узнаем. Да. Да. А. Мы можем зайти в ванну? Можем. Визуальный анализ минус к драме. Ну, пусть болтаются. Ким, ты зачем за стену вышел? Ну-ка. Ну не. Так, больше здесь мне ловить нечего. Пошли отсюда. Осмотрели, взяли очки. Спрыгнули куда-то. Тихо. Что у нас тут? Тихо, куда пошел? Ну-ка. Что у нас тут? Гигантские машины. А мы же это... Да, мы со стороны посмотрели. Там кран был. Интересно, туда мы не пройдем? Пошли здесь осмотримся.
This is the night watchman's
Ночной охранник.
The name on the door reads, "Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather."
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinet, it's a black and white photo of a young couple.
Why did you take that picture of René? Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. Oh boy, where to start?
В смысле?
Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence.
Типично, кстати.
Black mucus. Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. The imagined dazzle of light overwhelms any list of potential side effects. Any negative thoughts.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Вот. Нам это пойдет. Нам это пригодится. Да. Особенно с тем, как нам по боевому духу все подряд норовят ударить. Это прям очень надо.
You stand and exit the booth.
Тут ловить больше нечего. Лето 91-го года. Плохо помню то лето. Так, я, пожалуй, пузырь уберу с руки, нафиг он мне не нужен. И пойдем дальше. Так, туда мы не попадем, пошли. Нет, попадем. Как раз туда мы и направляемся. Немножко денежек. Немножко здоровья. Ну, это логично, как бы время-то поздняя ночь. Коробочка. Еще денежки.
A large table with two huge vacuum-insulated. You snatch out the red plastic card.
Еще одну пластиковую карточку получили. По-моему, это будет еще одна карточка портового рабочего. Ну-ка. Похоже на то. Похоже на то. Какая рыба? Тут ловить нечего. Пойдем отсюда. Чувак.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice. He's.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to look. People say us Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Thank you for
И
clarifying
еще
that, sir.
один интересный собеседник.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Yes, yes. Everybody needs a I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I... Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went... Oh, Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. But he already left for the day.
Но сейчас его там нету.
10 p.m. Oh, most of the guys are down
Странный
at the
вопрос, на
gates,
самом деле.
keeping the
Сейчас
scabs
только,
from coming in.
когда нажал, уже сообразил.
We're on a strike.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard, but Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really... Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett. No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him?
Ну так-то да.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rise. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Тонко, тонко.
There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals.
Да, опять же, тебе
Most
навряд
of
ли
them
кто-то
have
сказал.
labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Что ж, приятно было с тобой побеседовать, Лео.
Bye-bye now.
Так, вопрос, как мне отсюда спуститься? Очень надо. О, бутылка. Как я ее проглядел? В конце концов, бомжекоп я или не бомжекоп? А тем временем внутреннее время игры приблизилось к моему времени в реальной жизни. Практически. Фан-факт. Так, ладно, мне надо найти спуск вниз. Это все, конечно, хорошо. С вами тут весело и все такое. Но мне надо как-то попасть вниз. Тихо, что здесь? Ничего особенного. Ничего особенного. Так. Полночь по помойкам, да. Как мне спуститься? Ну, по всякому... Ну, блин, это логично. Мне надо как-то отсюда выйти с этой подлокации. О, тут что-то есть. Стаканчики. Ну, тут закрыто, понятно, что здесь мне ничего не скажут. Где-то должна быть лестница. Где? Как туда пройти? Попробовать через вот это помещение. Но там вроде ничего не было. Вот, тьфу, блин, вот она дверь. Отлично. Не вскрыть, не выбить. Я только что вышел оттуда. Хе-хе-хей. Ладно. Не вскрою, не выпью. Тут он барышня стоит. Давайте поговорим с барышней. Барышня неразговорчива. Там тоже портовые работники. Ладно, спустимся вниз. С этими ребятами пока не желаю. Ага, мне по-любому к ним надо, да? А нет, все нормально. Спустился. Тихо, тут есть что? Тут что-то есть. РГП. Все, понятно? Все спят. Один я тут пока шарюсь как попало. Короче, походу придется мне воспользоваться предложением Кима. Конечно, есть ломбард здесь
We see a set of
круглосуточный.
steering levers, a radio microphone,
I have something here with...
transport enclosure, regular people, the cage at the back.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called...
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory.
There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things. A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. I took them and arrested him for driving that they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't...
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
Ну, ладно, поддержали Кимушку, сделали приятно человеку. Так.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. As you tap on the
No, that's enough fun with...
Угу. Офигеть. Ну не, я бы так долго собирал, конечно. Блин, Ким.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
То есть мне все-таки предлагали уснуть на этих скамейках, да? Ладно. Так, к югу от площади. Пошли искать ломбард. Где-то я его видел. Вот ломбард. Определенно это ломбард. Наш вариант. Древний кассовый аппарат. Ну, уйди надпись. Да, похоже на то.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
It's the man from Hendal.
Walking away from his burning village, yes. The man from Helmdale is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotl. In fact, most people don't think that man from
Hendal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both them...
Wow, what? Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric. I mean, even if the man from Helmdale did...
Okay.
You sound besides.
It's for the best, because Helmdale is not a... His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but it's...
Too real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I sympathize, I do. But this is a for-profit enterprise.
Ладно, но попробовать стоило.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copper type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Yes, yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super, super fine.
Мне послышалось, или это прозвучало сейчас с усмешкой?
Couple type from sorry to anything. Oh You know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, no you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting... Wow.
Нифига.
Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong.
Вот именно, да.
You see rows of toy soldiers, big men on big horses.
I used to be very serious about my Franconet.
They're not all blue.
This is what the loyalists look like, yes, at first.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracks?
Oh, that's the headless phone rider. There's been a lot of interest in that particular figurine.
He doesn't elaborate on these wrong.
I've heard about it. I've heard the headless phone rider ride the headless bull.
Yes, there are several competing versions of the story, but I believe this figurine, the headless phone rider, it's an urban legend about a man who rides 50 cents, bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head. This set of soldiers is...
You're probably talking about... I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among
Есть
my
смысл этого солдатика покупать? Пока не вижу смысла.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political... It's also about that. It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances, incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place.
Электрохимия жжет.
Quickly. That's the
Просто
genius
подбивает
of
ко
Dolores
всякому.
Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real tisk-tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. What rationality? What sang-froid? What a fucking joke. The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, partly because humanity, it's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Пожалуй,
Slow down,
пусть
Mr.
будет.
Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Хоть какой-то сдерживающий фактор же должен быть у меня.
That's right. Remember, real
Вот. Ну-ка. Ладно, пусть будет. Ух. Чё, давай торговать.
It's not often that I see officers from... What can I do for...
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector. just watching.
I haven't had any problems.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Local. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me
Похвалим его.
entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some
О,
kind of drug, maybe.
не зря взяли самообладание.
Entertained. He might be high. If he is, on what?
Опа! Опа!
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Perolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
Так. Так, ладно, мы осуждаем всю эту тему, естественно. Ну, вот я думаю, есть ли смысл пробовать ему... А вот так.
I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The cleanup happened, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't. There's a reason why. So much disappointment. No one's. Everyone.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people
А, ну то
built
есть мы
themselves a primitive
разузнать
nuclear
решили
reactor,
о нем.
hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? A bad idea. Some poor
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator, a primitive nuclear reactor. Also, construction, needless to say, things, an emergency valve defect.
We were an all...
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river, so there wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We waste... I like the theory more than the story. Out.
Yeah, you gotta
Нормально.
get in on those vortices, my man.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I
Ах ты
promptly
ж.
sold her the gun you pawned a
Вот ты ж.
couple days back.
Тихо.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Так, ладно, прежде чем продолжить, а точнее даже перейти к завершающей стадии, я буквально на секундочку отойду, ребят. Что ж, да.
The lieutenant
Ну кто б
shifts
сомневался.
from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd.
Угу.
I found her interest in the gun. Truth be told, she was terrified.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
И вот ведь дилемма.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Ну да, ну да.
Of course. Sure thing. You were adamant about, and I don't like keeping guns around.
Ладно,
Sure, man.
да. Просто подкрепился. Утвердился, точнее, в этом знании, да. Что ж. Я вот думаю, продать мы это все равно не сможем. Есть ли смысл брать? И что он нам даст? Если он позволит поддерживать боевой дух, почему бы и не взять? Просто так использовать не вижу смысла. Я и Fallout проходил, не используя вот этих всех стимуляторов и прочей химии. Вот. Максимум стимпаки. Здесь мне прям вот боевой дух поддерживать нужно, я смотрю. Если у меня нечем будет его укреплять, это будет прям фигово. Ладно, давай торганем.
We'd like to sell these hubcaps.
А чатик пусть предложит, взять у него лекарство или не брать.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger?
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course. I meant no offense.
Thank you. Here's the 60 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
Ах ты жук!
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Так, ну давай. Так, карточка портового рабочего еще может пригодиться. А открытка? Пожалуй. Забирай. Можно взять, считай, это не кей. Да, ручку тоже забирай. Карточку оставлю. Что там
I'm
по
not
одежде?
purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
А, ну вот так, то есть, ладно.
Another time, perhaps. I doubt it.
Может, ты
but I
слышал
can
что-нибудь?
try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from.
He
А,
doesn't
ну
know
понятно.
anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the
Ну
dancing
давай попробуем.
colors.
То есть у меня сейчас есть 4 предмета для поднятия боевого духа. Давай попробуем спросить. Если увеличится, то я думаю, есть смысл у него запасаться этой штукой.
You said you'd done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Of course.
Угу. Угу. И нифига не изменилось. Ладно. А, вот так. Просто плюс к психику, но минус к здоровью. Ну, пусть болтается в инвентаре так же, как алкоголь. Чё бы и нет. Потенциально может понадобиться там, где с психикой нужно будет. Бонус к психике получить. Так. Найти пистолет. Продолжать поиски. Может, кто-то что-то знает. Тут пока ничего. Ну, да. И что теперь? Ну, такое, короче. Так, тут что-то было.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Минус к авторитету, но больше к трепету, больше к грубой силе. Пожалуй, не пойдет. Что дает вот тот солдатик?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horse.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
Чувствую, что он точно
Always
пригодится.
carry it with you.
Есть такое мнение, что он пригодится. Погнали. Нам нужно поспать. Ким, мне правда жаль твои колпаки, но ты жук. Так, тут народ разошелся, рассосался потихоньку. Ты мне ничего не расскажешь, я понял. Управляющий там. Что, петь не дадут мне?
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
На.
Well,
Так. Извиниться или просто хлопать я не буду, грубить. Я как бы не конфликтный коп. По крайней мере, когда трезвый. Пожалуй, я думаю, извинимся.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Да,
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
да ты
I'll take a
офигел.
room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I...
Ключ от бака я тебе не отдам. Я, пожалуй, тогда еще раз подниму самообладание. Это мне лишним точно не будет. И пошли спать. Пойдем спать, и на сегодня, наверное, будем завершать, ребят.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Ким, твоя комната, что ли? Ну ладно, чё бухтеть.
This is the door to the room.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss...
Давай обсудим.
The
Так,
air
подожди, мы с тобой
outside
разговаривали.
is brisk.
А, ну просто
The
подвести
lieutenant
итоги.
is silent
Ты
for
вот
a
о чем говорил.
moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
Ну и ладно.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, we learn to.
Ну вот действительно, кстати. Кстати, действительно. Подведем итоги.
It's been a long and eventful day. Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man, so we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the fact. We didn't get to meet Eva Claire, but we did get into the harbor. It'll be easier to reach him tomorrow.
Угу.
We talked to Joyce, monsieur, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the
Заговорить
situation
Джойс.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
А, то есть ты тоже заметил, что я бегаю? Ну так вот уж мы перемещаемся в моем участке.
Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those
В
days.
смысле, блин, моего возраста? Нормальный у меня возраст, что начинаешь-то?
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary. And strongly admonish the international community's mission in Havashan. And the RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Havashol or the coalition government formed the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way,
Ну, если это
moral intelligence
милиция,
has the right to keep
народное
peace in this
сопротивление,
city, and they will take
то
it away if we
пусть
misuse
будут
it.
жители.
Or if they think you do.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. Interesting question. It's
something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine. But in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
What do they believe in?
Those others say they continue the human.
The historic figure? The author of the modern age? Do you?
Я думаю, вот здесь вот четвертый вариант и вот это вот все.
Well phrased. I understand answering to foreign powers doesn't sit well with immigrant bashing, but without the EMI, we would be common vigilantes. That's just the way it is. Then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially,
The dying lights of the city shimmer. An aerostatic passes overhead. The whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below.
they really don't like us here. And it's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization... Me too. But I wouldn't count on...
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Нормально. Нормально. Побеседуем. Отлично. Погнали спать. Да, Ким. Спокойной ночи.
A mirror hangs on the wall, covered as you slowly reach your hand. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is where to even begin. Bet you are. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Это гримаса боли. Тогда я не Гарри Дюбуа, я Гарольд Дюбуа.
You should check yourself for a pulse. Superstar, you find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now. It belongs in the new. The third, things were good. For Revachol. If it doesn't rhyme, you're out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West. Guillaume's blonde mane. You have some understanding. The click is used. Sometimes you like to add. Everyone loved it. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and it doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
К зеркалу мы еще вернемся. Я думаю, также через сейф скаминг пройдем.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because nothing happened. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel that the lights are off.
Так. Бутылки. Бутылочки нам нужны. Это хорошо. Это нам пригодится.
The bed is cold and not.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after...
Так, нет, мы еще до кровати нам еще рано, тут еще не все исследовано.
The window stands broken in its frame.
Как там говорится, молодой человек, бутылочку допивать будете? Дверку прикрыли.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Ой. Так, тут ничего интересного не даст. Угу. Не самый полезный навык получили. По предметам тоже пока ничего особенного. Ну чё, спать, завершать день. И завершать стрим. Погнали.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close. And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the
Да
bed's
чтоб
fault.
тебя.
Its synthetic filling has smells of alcohol and sweat and grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body, a bit tense in the muscles. Relax. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still something to do with. What was it that your breathing steadies? A great silence washes over you.
Да елки-палки. Погнали чертоги разума.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry? Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. Reality will turn into a grotesque.
Да, Никей, отлично, но что-то я вот не ожидал такого. Давайте вот этот момент завершим.
Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs? That's right, funky babe. Tell me, where are your friends? Human? No, it's gone. You failed Elysium. No, you haven't. You'll be back. Stinky boy. Everything. You really dropped the... You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around. You're trying to...
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry. Oh yes, Pop. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Да, вот на этой ноте прям следовало завершить. Все, я сохраняюсь. И выходим. Да, именно побегали, правильно, Никей. Ну что ж. Естественно, мы к этому еще вернемся. Мы продолжим. Мы пройдем эту игру. Интересно, каков будет наш итог. С нашими частично совместными, частично моими выборами. Но... Хотя ладно, не будем загадывать, но в этом месяце у меня точно будет железный стрим. Следите за обновлениями. Благодарю всех, кто присутствовал. Всем пока.